Right, hello there. This is the National Literacy Trust, and me, Paul Cookson. I'm a poet, and I've been doing some poems about various subjects like football, or brothers and sisters, or creepy crawlies, or funny teachers, or disgusting and yucky things. And some of the sessions have been performances, and some of them, like this one, are workshops. I'm going to show you how to write poems. Now, you can see from the title, Brothers and Sisters. Now, whether you've got a brother or a sister, or a stepbrother or a stepsister, or even if you haven't, you can think of a cousin or an imaginary brother and sister. But I'm going to show you how you can write your own poem in a moment or two. So, just in case you're not prepared, now is the time to go and get some paper and a pen, or pencil, whatever you like to write with. Not computer, paper and pencil. And I'm going to write something down. Before we do that, I shall read you a poem. It's called I Want to Be Bad. It's about a boy who wants to be as evil as Darth Vader. You can see the picture there. Darth Vader is my hero. I wish he was my dad. I just want to dress in black because I want to be bad. Because I pull the legs off spiders and pull the wings off flies. I like to drop live earwigs on my sleeping sister's eyes. I'm good at stretching slugs, and I bite the shells off snails. Then I put them on my sister's head with all their sticky trails. I colour on her colouring books with deepest, darkest black. I write bogies on all the pages, and then I put them back. I twist the arms off baby dolls and snap off Teddy's head, then cover it with ketchup and leave it in her bed, because Darth Vader is my hero. I wish he was my dad. I just want to dress in black because I want to be bad and drive my sister mad. I'm evil and I'm nasty, the best at being worst. If badness was a race, then I would be the first. I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm master of my doom. But when my sister tells my mum, I get sent to my room. Her mum switches off the light, and I don't like the dark side. So that is a bit scary. Anyway, that's the poem to start off with. So, have you got your pens and your paper? I have here, Brothers and Sisters. So what I like you to do was all poems start with a list. We're going to make a list of the things that brothers and sisters do that are really annoying. The ordinary, everyday things that brothers and sisters do. Normally in a classroom, I'll go around the class and each child will tell me something different. I'll make a list. I'm going to pretend I'm doing that because I've done this so many times. I know what you're going to say. They'll say things like, they take my stuff. Okay, so it's right, they take my stuff, or sometimes they switch the TV over while I'm watching it. I'll put dot dot then after that, while I'm watching it there. So they take my stuff, they switch the TV over, they eat up all the chocolate. Or perhaps you get blamed for everything. Is that something that happens to you? They always blame me. So, write your list down now. You can pause this if you want. What I'm going to do is write a few more things down while you're writing your list down. So, off you go. Write your list down of things that brothers and sisters might do that annoy you. Ordinary, everyday things in the house. Okay? Might hit you. How you doing? Have you got a list? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's have a couple more. So they always take my stuff, they switch the TV over, eat up all, actually my chocolate, not the chocolate, eat up all my chocolate, always blame me, hit me, get better things than me, they come in my room without asking, show off in front of my friends. There we are. Okay. So, you've got a list. You might have 3 things on your list. You might have 6 things on your list. You might have a really annoying brother and sister and have 25 things on your list. It doesn't matter. What I'm going to do now is show you various ways of turning this list into a poem. Now, we started off talking about brothers and sisters being really annoying. If I started off with a line, my brother or my sister is really annoying, that then tells us what the poem is about. So now I'm going to read this list out with that at the beginning, and then I'll put that at the end. Okay? When I say read it out, I don't just mean my brother is really annoying, he takes my stuff, he switches the TV over, he eats up all my chocolate. I don't mean like that. I mean, when you perform a poem, you've got to put the expression into it, the feeling. Imagine you're saying this to your brother or your sister, or about your brother and your sister. So get the expression. Now, it's not a rhyming poem, but you still have to get the rhythm and the expression. So, my brother is really annoying. See, if you exaggerate that really, that brings it to life. My brother is really annoying. He takes my stuff, switches the TV over, eats up all my chocolate, always blames me, hits me, gets better things than me, comes in my room without asking, and shows off in front of my friends. Yes, my brother is really, really, really annoying. So I repeated that at the end with really times 3. Or if they're really, really annoying, you can put as many reallys as you want. Okay? So you start off with line, my brother or my sister. You know, my sister is really annoying. She takes my stuff. She switches the TV over. She eats up all my chocolate. She always blames me. She hits me, gets better things than me, comes in my room without asking, and shows off in front of my friends. My sister is really, 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 really annoying. And you've got a poem. If you want to make it a little bit more technical or a bit more exciting, you can divide it into 2s, all right? Then you go, let's have brother and then sister, brother and then sister. But my brother is really annoying. He takes my stuff and switches the TV over. If you're setting this out, you could then miss a line and go, my sister is really annoying. She eats up all my chocolate and always blames me. Miss a line. My brother is really, really annoying. Add another really in if you want. My brother is really, really annoying. He hits me and he always gets better things than me. Miss a line. My sister is really, really, really annoying. She comes in my room without asking and shows off in front of my friends. Brothers and sisters, they're really, really annoying. Now, instead of annoying, you might think of other phrases like they drive me crazy, or mad, or up the wall, or round the bend, or they do my head in. All these phrases are good because then what you can do, my brother is really annoying. He takes my stuff and switches the TV over. My sister drives me crazy. She eats up all my chocolate and always blames me. My brother drives me mad. He hits me and gets better things than me. My sister does my head in. She comes in my room without asking and shows off in front of my friends. So you've got a different opening line for each verse of the poem. Or you could have that line at the end. He takes my stuff and he switches the TV over. Because my brother is really annoying. She eats up all my chocolate. She always blames me. She drives me crazy. He always hits me and he gets better things than me. My brother drives me mad. She comes in my room without asking and shows off in front of my friends. My sister does my head in. Brothers and sisters, who needs them? So you've got a nice structure there. Okay, that's 2 or 3 ways of turning that list into a poem. The last way is you could tell the story behind each of these. If you put 3 dots at the end of a sentence, it means there's more. The official word is ellipsis, as I'm sure you know from your literacy. But the best definition I ever came across, I was in a classroom and I said to this girl, what do 3 dots mean? And she said, dun, dun, dun. I thought, I really like that, because that means there's something more exciting that's happening. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines, which means you've got a possibility of 8 poems. So you could tell the story. Instead of saying stuff, what stuff? Okay? Instead of saying things, what things? Are you talking about mobile phones, tablets, clothes, toys? So you can exaggerate it, you can tell lies, you can go into detail. Let's do the first thing. Let's say stuff. Let's say my sister, she takes my PlayStation games, okay? And then I can say, right, how old's your sister? My sister is really annoying. She's only 6. Perhaps bring some of these in. She comes in my room without asking, and she always takes my PlayStation games, even when I'm playing with them. And she takes them out of the boxes and leaves them all over the floor. When she's finished with them, where does she leave them? All over the floor. And then she takes my bed covers off the bed and all over the floor. And then you got a repeated line. So you've got a story behind that. Right? If switching the TV over, what's your favourite programme? Well, you're watching your favourite programme. It might be a soap, it might be a reality programme, it might be a cartoon, it might be The Simpsons or SpongeBob SquarePants. Just when I'm watching SpongeBob SquarePants, my brother comes in, and what does he do? He turns the TV over. Why? Because he's annoying. I don't just mean annoying, I mean really, really annoying. Because he's younger than me, and he always gets his own way, because he's only 5, and he wants to watch something else, like Peppa Pig, and I don't like Peppa Pig, because Peppa Pig is boring, or whatever. So you could tell the story behind that. So, whatever sentences you've got on your list, you can turn those into your own story poem. And just imagine, when you're writing it down, imagine you're saying it out loud, and that'll be your first draft. And then read it out loud and find out the bits that you like. Cross out the bits that you don't like. If there are lines that you really like, perhaps put them in again and repeat them like I did, all over the floor. He takes my stuff and leaves it all over the floor. He reads my books and throws them all over the floor. He eats my chocolate and leaves the wrappers all over the floor. He throws his clothes all over the floor. And who gets the blame? Me. Because my brother is really annoying, or my sister is really annoying. And by now, you'll start to have some ideas of your own. But start off with a list, things that do, and then take it from there. There we are. Anybody can do that. Have fun with that. And maybe if you're doing this with your brother or your sister, you could write a poem about them, and they could write a poem about you. And then you could read it to each other and see if you recognise each other. Okay, that's all for now. Next time, we're doing either about football or funny teachers or even disgusting poems. But for now, have fun. I'll leave you with this.